Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We got a guest in the building today, man. This one is gonna be a special one.
Oh, is it?
It's gonna be a special one, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yeah. Tell the people a
nah.
little bit about who you are.
I got you right now. My name is Francis. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised. I went to school here, work here. I work at Kith right now. I'm a marketing operations coordinator there. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but it's a lot. And I'm currently working on my own brand, developing my own thing called Deej, and I'll just speak on that another time. But I'm here with you.
Fire,
Yeah.
person of many talents. Interesting story. I actually met Francis in Urban Outfitters.
Yes.
Working Urban Outfitters a long time ago. Well, not that long, but yeah, a long
Honestly,
couple of
I
years
think
back.
years,
It's
yo.
been a minute.
I think we
Time
don't realize
flies.
how long it's been. It's been a minute, yo.
Yeah, we
that was
went
my
to Urban.
first job ever, like a real job, and I never.
For real?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I came to Kith.
That was we had a great team.
That shit was easy.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun.
It was, yo. It was.
Um,
And we still cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Transitioning. Tell us about what you got on.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, nothing crazy. I got these. They come off real easy. I don't think I untied them since I got them.
CDGs.
Yeah, the CDG Air Moab Nike
Okay.
collab. I like that it says CDG instead of ACG, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. I want another pair, but resell is crazy on these right now.
On these?
Yo, a lot of people
Slept on them.
yo, and now they want them. I wish I got the black pair, but a pair of Subies.
Mm-hmm.
I got this vintage tee from this shop in Vegas.
Okay.
It's crazy because I went to Vegas to go to this shop on a Sunday, and that's the only day they were closed. And I was leaving the next day, so I never got to get anything else. But then they got this Oakland Athletics tee, and that's
Fire.
As far as apparel.
I'm chilling today. You know, Uniqlo is my staple. They always do the job. Stretchy, comfortable. Pair of Yeezys. You know, something light.
Oh,
you know.
yeah, that's light for you. That's light. Pair of Yeezys, ain't nothing.
Something light.
Ain't nothing.
But no, staying on that, is there anything you've picked up recently, sneaker wise?
Shit, those.
Yeah.
Those. And honestly, I slept on those for like the first release, and then I'm like, cause you know.
You wear Crocs though.
Oh yeah.
I've seen you some Crocs. I've seen on your stories some Crocs.
Honestly, to me, all of these shoes are the same.
Same
ultimately,
thing.
Crocs are just the easiest to put on, but I think forever the Nike slipper is undefeated. You know, undefeated. Nothing will ever top that.
Never had one
Don't
of
be
those.
too good to wear some Nike slippers.
Okay. Especially if you're
don't
flying
listen
on
to
the
Future
plane.
with the Gucci flip flops. You can have them, but you know they're not as comfortable as Nike.
That's a good reference.
Come on.
That's a bar though that Future had there.
Yeah, that's why everybody bought them. Price went up, but I got those, and I can't even remember as far as sneakers. I'll get shoes and I just won't wear them.
You're
I'll
just
just
like
be
me.
happy to have them.
I wear the same thing all the time.
It be just whatever's closest.
Yeah, and then one day I'll be like, oh, let me pull these out. Yeah, it's just good to know that you have it.
Exactly, because that's how you really like it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
It's no rush to wear them.
It grows on you. Sometimes you buy a sneaker and you're like, I'm gonna wear it next summer.
And that's
In
fine.
the winter, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I think people be in a rush to wear things.
Correct.
There's no point. If you like it for real, it's timeless.
Correct.
Same thing like a
100%.
song. You can listen to it whenever. Same thing with a shoe. You should be able to wear it whenever. It shouldn't matter when.
Dropping gems. Dropping gems.
It's true.
Staying on brand with that, you know, some things I want to talk about since, you know, I think this episode is going to be very, like women heavy, very frankly.
Appreciate that.
100%, you know,
Yeah,
had to make sure I'm, you know, represent the right way.
Yeah, that's good. That's big.
One thing I ran across that I was gonna, I'm not sure if you've seen it. I saw like 2 days ago on High Snobiety, was Naomi Osaka in Levi's, and you know, just seeing, you know, she's not really the typical figure that you would see in, you know, like in an editorial for Levi's. You know what I mean? So I think two things I noticed from it is interesting to see how you see more like Asian people and like the diversity in all this like editorials and whatnot.
For sure.
And then number two, just a lot of companies are like, I wouldn't say pandering, but you could see how much they're integrating women now into a lot of these projects.
For sure, for sure.
Especially someone as young as Naomi and comes with especially like social health awareness type of thing. You know, what do you think when you see a campaign like that? Like what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see that image?
Honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind is, did she want to do this? I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? But But I think that also plays on what you just mentioned as far as like the social awareness. You know, I think sometimes, and also like brands now reaching, or for lack of a better word, relying on women for their marketing ploys, so to say. So I think that sometimes, because she's talented ultimately, so you can brands could just say, hey, slap this on this person, cool. And then how much do we know as far as how much say that she has when it comes to doing things like this? She looks great, you know what I'm saying? And then I think a big part that you mentioned is like, she might not be the typical person that you put in an ad. She's a huge advocate for both of her Japanese side and her Haitian side. So
she's Haitian.
She's Haitian.
I did not know that.
And you know what's funny? I don't want to say it's funny, but she makes it a point to point that out, because it's been a post-game interviews and things of that sort where they'll emphasize, her fans in Japan, and then she'll also acknowledge her Haitian side of her family and things of that sort. She puts an emphasis on that. So I think that's important. Yeah, I think that's huge. So I like the image. I like that, little girls can look at someone like her that makes it very aware, 100%. Like, hey, sometimes I'm not 100%, but I'm going to show up. And she looks good. She looks good. And like, I think that's also important. I think sometimes little girls don't know you can still dress up, wear regular clothes.
And still look fire.
Things of that sort. And then I could speak on that because I'm more so like a tomboy. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Well, you be stepping out though. You pull outfits.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got a little girl that don't want to dress like me, but might think that she has to because she plays a certain sport. You know what I'm saying? And that you got basketball, you got softball, things like that.
Yeah.
Even girls that are into like cars, anything that's super masculine, you think you gotta adapt to that. But then you have not necessarily tennis, but she's a good example, I think, of somebody that like steps out and you can look at her and say, hey, I'm gonna just be me, and that's okay. Yeah. And she looks good. You know what I'm saying? She looks great.
She looks great.
That's what matters. I think the message got translated.
Yeah, it's interesting you just mentioned her being Haitian. I didn't make this correlation earlier. I was listening, and she actually just pledged all her wins from her next tennis tournament to the Haitian relief for the earthquake.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't make the correlation. I was like, wow, that is very generous.
And it's a lot.
But it's a lot. The tennis players, they make money.
Yo, so I'm sure like after you put two and two together, it's like, oh, it makes sense.
Now I'm like, that makes sense. Because I'm like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the wall. Why she put on all, rightfully, which is good.
That's fair.
But I didn't know that was, that's probably one of the biggest
pushes. I'm sure that's the biggest. That's huge.
And prayers out to Haiti also.
Big.
Crazy times we're living in right now.
Not only Haiti, just like everywhere, Afghanistan,
everywhere,
like it's here. You know what I'm saying? We going through. I know some people acting like not much is going on, but we gotta pray. We gotta pray for each
other. Which is great. Staying on brand also. Someone that I've grown to actually like a lot of their collabs. I might be pronouncing this name wrong. Aleli May.
Sounds right to me.
Sounds right? Oh, there we go.
Sounds right to me.
I saw that Jordan 14 release that's coming up.
What do you think?
I'm not a 14 guy. I'll be very honest. I tell people all the time, I don't think I'm a sneakerhead, because I think real sneakerheads, real ones, appreciate the variety of Jordans. I think I'm more.
Yo, that's respect to you for saying that.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't admit that.
No, I'm not. You're not gonna give me like too many. I'm not gonna wear a pair of Jordan 2s, right? I'm not. I'm just never gonna wear it. It's not.
What's wrong with the 2s?
It's just not for me. It doesn't slap.
I'm never gonna wear
it. I think 14s, though, interestingly enough, I like it because you could dress it up and it's just so sleek. And I think people don't see that.
It's what's funny? Sleek. I don't know if people realize like one of the 14s were like modeled after a Ferrari, like a luxury car. You know what I'm saying? Like that shoe is important.
Correct.
For lack of a better word, our shoe is important.
Correct. It's interesting you mentioned that, because when Aleli May explained how she came up with the concept for the sneaker, she explained how it has a lot to do with street bike in LA.
Yeah, I saw that.
The colors, and like she shows like the different textures and how they try to implement that. And then she also mentioned, like she was trying to stay on brand with that original Ferrari, like idea behind the 14. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
when I look at the shoe, I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
I could
yeah.
see.
I think the 14 is slept on.
It's a beautiful shoe.
That's one shoe I don't know why I don't have it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
like,
shoe.
Yeah, I think with Aleli too, what I respect about her always collabing with Jordan, like she references like herself. I think
Correct.
there's nothing wrong with that, and her family. And I think that's important because a lot of people get an opportunity like that, and it's like they try to please. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I would assume that you try to you try to relay the message that the brand wants you to relay.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how much say she has, but I love the fact that for this shoe, for example, she referenced like both sides of her family.
Correct.
And like her culture, and there's always a message, and someone can relate. You know what I'm saying? And the color she chooses and the silhouette, I think someone that has no idea can also relate just because, I like the shoe.
Correct.
So I think I really respect that about the collab she's done in the past and this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think great job, because you took someone like me that would never typically not wear 14, and now I'm just like, oh, actually, I would rock those shoes. I could see like wearing some black pants, a nice button-down T-shirt.
Yeah, and I think girls can wear it with a dress if they want to.
Girls can wear it with a dress.
It's real cute. You
Yeah.
know, and I think like she made it a point. Like I think she referenced luxury. I think she made it an emphasis, and that the jade, the stone,
She showed like her nails and doing her nails and putting those stones up. Definitely.
And the point that like women, whether or not it's, I'm gonna say whether or not it's expensive or whatever, or whether you can afford it, whatever, you're gonna find a way to have some kind of jewelry. I think that's like an emphasis on for women. You know,
correct.
You ever see a girl wear a tank, shorts, but she has chains, right? Or like rings or bracelets or nice watch. It's like, yo, you gotta fit.
Yeah.
Take the jewelry off. It's like something's missing almost.
Is true.
You know, so I think she did a good job with adding the jade onto 14 to just make it a little bit more elegant, make it a little bit more like upscale, so to say. You know?
Correct.
So I think I like that shoe a lot, honestly. I think it's one of the best.
Would you cop?
What's the price?
I think it's like 170 retail. It is. I think resale right now is like 260, 270, which is surprising to me. I would think a shoe with so much higher.
If I had a little extra, if it was like, okay, why not? You know, I would. I think this one and her first ones are like her best ones.
True that.
For sure.
100%.
I think, and I love the story for both. I like shoes with a story.
Correct.
You know, you put effort into it. So like, I like it.
Yep.
I would.
Cop?
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Staying on the topic, I think we're talking about women and the role they play in the industry. One of the things that a lot of people have been talking about recently is how women approaching like that inclusiveness in the industry. Like, is it more of a marketing ploy, or is it really that women are at a place whereby they now have a say, and we could expect to see more, like not only women collab, but also women in power in the industry making these decisions?
Word. I think that's a great question, honestly. And like, I think that for you to even ask it, that means that it's happening.
There's
you know what I'm saying? It's happening. So but I also am not sure. Like, I think that there have been women that made it okay for women to dress a certain way, and certain brands, certain companies, wherever you want to reference, have noticed that, and it's hard to say that it's not a marketing ploy or whatever the case may be. But I do think that there's a space where we're becoming more inclusive, because I think that in the past, maybe like in the 90s more so, women were dressing more like, not as like, they were dressing like now, let's say, a little more tomboyish, a little more comfortable, things of that sort. Correct. And I think like that made it okay for girls to say, okay, I could dress like this. You see a girl like Kylie Jenner switch up how she dressed, and it's like, okay, everybody dressing like this. So it's like, why wouldn't the brand get on that? But it's like, are you doing that because she's doing that, or are you doing that because this is genuinely like what you like, what you want to wear, how you want to dress, XYZ? So it's tough to say, but I like the fact that women are getting these opportunities, like whatever, like let us in the room, you know, it's cool. And yeah, we'll see, because it works. You know, I think honestly, I think all clothes are unisex. I think all clothes are unisex. I think all shoes are unisex. And I think like one area where women get cheated are sizing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or and even when it comes to materials, because you get the size run and the size is like 7.5 and up. The leather is better, like things of that sort. I did not know that. You're not looking at the 5.5.
I'm looking at my size 6.
You don't care. You get your size. You're good.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I don't even look at it. Oh shoot.
No, but real talk. But then you got girls that wear those sizes that care about things like that. You know what I'm saying? So that sucks. But like, I think that's where the inclusivity should also like take place. Like, don't do that. You know, that's not fair. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. I think it's important. I think that. Going back to the unisex thing, I think it's important for a guy to see a girl in certain clothes. I think guys reference girls a lot for
100%.
I guess wardrobe referencing, so to say. But I don't think guys, and I appreciate you admitting it, because I don't think a lot of guys do. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I think you could put a sweatsuit on a guy and a sweatsuit on a girl, and it's like, okay, it might give you a different like reference. It might make you look at it different. It might make you want to dress a certain way. So I think like it's important that we include women in these things and in these conversations, in these rooms, so we give that input.
Yeah.
You know? And I think I know guys dress for girls.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so it's like you have to include women.
We do almost everything for girls.
You know exactly. I mean? So you have to include women. Why wouldn't you want to? At least a girl in the room to be like, "That's ugly."
100%.
I would not let you talk to me.
Correct.
You know, things of that sort.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, like
important.
If my girl were to dress up, for example, like, I want her to step out looking good too. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a sneaker that I have and that she wants, and I'm just like, oh, they don't have your size, like, it breaks my heart. You know what I'm trying to say?
You just said you don't care about the leather on the size.
I don't care about the leather, but just you can still rock it even with a bad leather. It looks the same. It looks the same in the public eye. But you know, just staying on that. I know we were talking earlier about Fenty Puma. Like, in my head, I remember that when I wasn't that much into sneakers, like, that Rihanna Fenty Puma, like that white one, or no, it was the camel color one, with the big soles,
the creepers, yo.
The creepers,
yo. And you know what's crazy? In that campaign, she had Travis.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you know she had the biggest size run. You know, like for like obviously the smaller feet, but then she had up to like, you know, size 12 could wear whatever. She had Travis in the campaign with her.
Interesting.
And I don't think that was like. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You just have to do things like that. I think stuff like that helps.
Yep.
You know, for sure.
That was my first time actually knowing of a female sneaker collab. Because I wasn't into sneakers back then, but those were so prominent because I wanted a pair of those. Specifically because of the color. I like that nude, that brown, those tones.
Great. That was a great...
Killed it.
Great color
Killed
scheme.
it.
Yeah, she did great.
She kind of like threw me off when she went into that whole pattern leather, that white one, that black one. I was like, all right,
you miss me, right?
Yeah, we're doing a little bit too much now. But you know, staying with that, there's some other ones that, you know, that we've come across. I know we were talking earlier about the Jordan 1 mid Fearless.
We were.
Yeah, and you know, like there's some other ones, but tell me what you think about mids, especially. I think TikTok normalized mids.
Oh really?
Now. Oh yeah.
I'm not on TikTok like that. And now that you say that, I'm not getting on there. But it's like, all right, I guess that tells you how I feel about mids. I do not like mids.
You don't like mids.
But I must say, I think mids are good for little kids.
Mids are good for little kids.
I think little kids can wear mids.
It's fitting.
Freely. But don't, it's like, you just went midway.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why not
you might as well go all the way.
For the sky, like the
hell? Yeah, correct.
It's either you're going to be low or you're going to be high.
Correct.
Why be in the middle? You know what I'm saying? You're in limbo.
That is true.
And it's like you just got half the shoe. Like,
funny.
come on. Like, I don't know, something about it. It's like, oh, you almost had them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
Is that what throws you off about that Fearless collab? The one with the watch, is it the mid or the overall shoe?
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on those shoes.
It's a lot going on. I don't know what time it is.
You're right. Yo.
It's a lot going on. What time it is. I don't know how high my shoe come.
True that.
I don't know. That shoe would have been a great kid's shoe.
You're right.
Was the watch real? Like, did it work?
I don't think so.
Nah, come on. How much was the shoe?
I don't know. I mean, those were going for a lot.
At least put a Casio watch on it.
Yeah, I don't think the watch was real. That should have
been a kid shoe.
It could have been a kid shoe.
All I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
I'm weak.
Wow, what's the next shoe?
Okay, another one. She's like, let's pass. Let's just pass through that one. Before we move on to the next shoe, tell me which shoes do you think? You just can't get over it.
Yes, I can. Let's go. What's the next shoe?
What shoe do you? What are there some not only female collabs, but even like just color tones? Like which ones have stood out to you, especially this year? There's been so many influxes.
I think going back to women collabs, I think it's very important that the Vashti, she had a
The
Jordan
DJ?
2. Yeah, I don't know. That's why when you said the Jordan 2, I'm
Yeah.
like, what? She was the first. If
I
I'm
saw
not
those.
mistaken,
They were like black, right?
Nah. They're like a violet, very, very like
I saw
light,
those.
light blue. I don't know if I wish I could pull it up right now for you, but like,
Yeah.
I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
That shoe I like it, and then that was the first collab from a woman. I
like
believe,
Vashti.
and I think Aleli was just. I don't know if she's the next one or she was the biggest one afterwards. But like, I think Vashti is a staple too. I think Vashti is huge for like women, especially if you're from New York.
Correct.
Like,
Especially
she worked at Stussy, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Correct.
I don't think she's also like hard to reach. I'm not saying you should just pull up on her. I don't even know.
She's
don't
a
do
mother
that.
now, so
yeah, especially that. But
yeah.
I think like she's not like somebody that's like she hasn't been out here, so she doesn't know
Correct.
what's going on. You know,
Correct.
she's really connected. So like I think she's definitely a staple and someone that's big to mention within this whole community. So I think like for me too, like I think that was a big reference point for me at one point in my life, like as far as like sneakers, because like she made it known that girls like it too.
Correct.
And just to answer your question, as far as color schemes, you mean like just in general or like?
Yeah, like in general, like one of the ones I was highlighting was that off-white Jordan 4s. It's a very I'm not gonna say it's a female colorway, but girls just kill that
Yeah,
sneak. Like
I don't think that's a female colorway at all. I think like that nude is a very safe color.
It's a safe
for
color,
everyone to.
but women just know how to rock it.
Yeah, and I think
bro.
that shoe in a smaller size
Fire.
is great.
Fire.
I think that I don't know why, but for some reason that shoe now and like the Dior ones, you can wear that to like a wedding now.
Yeah,
It's like these shoes are like luxury now. It's
100%.
crazy. Like, and then I'm sure at
100%.
one point, like your parents maybe would like you could never wear sneakers in certain places.
Yes.
You know, probably even now, but they
Yes.
don't know your sneakers cost however much, and someone else knows
Correct.
what those
I
are.
couldn't tell my mother how much my sneakers cost.
I'd never tell my
I think she would lose respect for me as an
You gotta
African
tell them how
mother.
much they're worth. You can't tell them how much they cost.
Correct, how much they're worth.
You
Yeah,
can't tell them how
yeah,
much they're
yeah.
worth.
Just how much they cost alone is not even a conversation to have.
Nah, they shouldn't even know you have them.
Correct,
Like,
correct,
as
correct,
far as my
correct.
parents are concerned, I only have Crocs. So,
There's some other interesting, conversations around this that, I don't think we're going to have enough time to dive into that today, but a trend that I noticed, which something that I highlighted was, you look at like other female designers that are actually doing really well right now. Something I noticed that a lot of them are of like Asian descent. You look at your Yon Ambush, your Cheetos Abe, Charlotte Lee from Casablanca. Do you think that there's something to be said about the industry there, or like their upbringing, or how they've like adapted to like more women prominent in the industry? Because these are not just people that design sneakers; these are people that
have a say.
actually have a say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to talk too much on anything over there because I'm not too familiar, so I don't want to be like politically incorrect or anything like that. But I must say, I think for some reason, I think they have a huge like sector within this industry, and people don't notice that. Even if it's behind the scenes, I think Asians really dominate a certain portion of within this industry, which is within this culture, whatever you want to call it. And I think that now for women especially, they're just getting opportunity.
Correct.
You know, I think now these opportunities are just coming forth for them, and I think they're really seizing them. I think that's the thing. Once you get an opportunity, you gotta seize it. And I think that's what they're doing. I think Yoon, for example, Sakai, Casablanca, all these things you just mentioned, like they're huge.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I think some people didn't realize, probably didn't know that women were behind these
Correct.
behind these shoes. So I think that the Asian culture dominates a certain sector within this industry.
It's a different type of game for them with the sneak. Like Asian people
in general,
real
it's not just
sneakerheads.
like, yeah, for sure, and they know their they
Yup,
know it. You know what I'm saying?
they
So
know,
it's like you just gotta respect it, yo. For real talk, you just gotta respect it. Yeah.
Great. I was gonna actually show one of the things we do on the channel is like show off a sneaker. These ones actually I have one that I beat up, and I got this
Yeah, I was about
actually.
to say these look brand new.
Yeah, no, I have one that I beat up, and then I love them so much that at the time my partner had given me another pair as a gift. And so these ones are still on ice, but best believe the beat up one is about to go somewhere else, and these ones are about to get thrown on.
Yo, those are hard, yo.
Yeah, I love Sakai's all day, every day.
What do you think about the fragments that's about to come out?
Oh yeah, man.
They look like that. There's a gray color.
The
like
gray
that.
ones.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. Especially, it's interesting to see, which is also another thing. The two Asian designers coming together.
Yeah, yo.
So that's really good. And Fragment has a huge wave right now.
For sure, yo. I
always
think
had a
they've
huge
been.
wave.
Yeah, they've
Always had a
been
huge wave.
for a fact. For a fact.
But this was great. What
Yeah,
are
it
you
was
looking
cool.
forward to? Like, it doesn't have to be sneakers. It could be clothes. It could be music. Anything. What is one thing you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to.
Don't say Donda. We gave up.
Nah. I can't. It ain't dropped yet.
I didn't drop yet.
I'm not even in the conversation. I'm looking forward to Lightning Force that's about to drop.
Everybody looking forward
Yo,
to
and,
those.
and you look at him shaking his head. All right,
Now you over there like.
anyways, more for us. I think maybe because it's been so long.
Yeah.
I wish that they were black like the OGs.
Mm.
But if this is the closest we getting, I'm getting.
No, I love them.
I think that's a beautiful shoe. I think other than that, I'm just looking forward to what I gotta do.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're gonna do, what you can do until you do it,
True
and I know
that.
I'm gonna do it. So
True that.
That's all. Really.
Fire.
Yeah.
It's important to how that you do have a brand out there that we're waiting to see more from it.
For sure.
I've seen some of your samples, so like we're excited to see even more.
Yeah, but I wanted to be like known that for me it's not necessarily clothes, because even for me, I think people look at me and think it's about clothes, about shoes, and yeah, I love those things, but ultimately it's just about feeling good, and it's like not a lot of people have the opportunity to even get the stuff that we get, things of that sort, and
That's
I want
true.
like my brand, so to say, to represent that. And it's not solely gonna be apparel, so I just want to make that clear. Like, it's not just gonna be like apparel, things of that sort. It's gonna be more of a message and a purpose.
It's a
You know what I'm
lifestyle.
saying? It's not gonna be. There's a reason for everything, and I want my thing to just be a reason. So
100%.
yeah, for sure.
Love that. Listen, I can't thank you enough for coming through.
Yo, thank you. Come on
You've been
now.
a real one. For real. It's not a lot of people that I could say have been real ones. You've been a real one.
Yo, I can
for
say the
real.
same for you. Likewise.
So I appreciate you. We're
Alrighty.
definitely going to drop your Instagram on here. And, like, whenever you drop the brand and everything, we'd love to have you back on here.
I'm coming. It's all
Hopefully we're
good.
here and we stay strong. Right, Najee?
He's like, yeah.
Najee's like, I'm not doing all this work for no reason.
We got you.
100%. But, for sure, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's been real. Appreciate
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, out.
Appreciate you.